Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about G4TV because it's official, it's over, it's canceled, and you know, I'm not going to gloat about I told you so, but I told you so. And the reason why we need to talk about this is because this can be a good life lesson to learn, and not only for Hollywood, but for just people in general. When you're selling stuff, or when you're a person that that have a lot of viewers or customers, potential buyers, your audience or whatever, you need to learn how to respect your audience. You need to learn that you can't say whatever you want to and then think that there aren't any consequences for that, because as you can see, when G4 came back, everybody was like, oh, okay, even though, some people were wary about its return. After that, we saw some familiar faces, and, they got a few people back or whatever, and then they added some new people in there, and it looked pretty fine. And, I subscribed to both X-Play and G4, and I was really excited to see them. You know what I mean? I was excited to relive, G4TV, because it was my childhood when I was younger. I used to love watching X-Play, Attack on the Show, Tech Show. There was another show on there. I cannot remember what it was. Oh, Cheats. Oh, I love me Cheats too. That was another cool show to watch as well. So, watching that kind of show, those shows back in the day, was just fun. And then you had the ladies on there, which that was one of the things that drew a male audience in there. No matter what people be trying to say that, sex sell or whatever and stuff like that, you had these gorgeous women on here who knew about video games. And honestly, I didn't even think gamer girls even existed, because all of my guy friends, we were playing video games, but I could never bring that up around a female, because females didn't care about gamers. But, you watching G4 and you see these gorgeous women on here and they're playing video games. You're like, wow. So it's possible for me to find someone who liked video games, who liked the geek nerd culture thing or whatever, stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there aren't any girls, but honestly, I would never have guessed that there were, beautiful women that were also into it. Yeah, because they had some decent looking guys on there, so it is what it is. But when it comes to video games, I always thought it was just a guy thing anyway. I didn't think women really cared about games. And then you see people like Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn, Christina Adams, you know what I'm saying? You see those women on there, and you're just like, oh my God, right? And they're playing video games. They're excited about video games. I don't know, I don't know if they were advocate gamers or whatever, but they sure did, make me believe that, women love video games just like men do. And, it would be cool one day to find a woman who actually likes that kind of stuff, that's not trying to belittle a man or something like that. But then we get to 22, where we have this, we have to be culturally correct, and the PC culture, politically correct. And it was just a mess that nobody cared for, nobody wanted, and I feel like it became the destruction of G4 or whatever. One thing I'm not about to do is, I'm not about to, yeah, it's sad that people lost their jobs, but at the same time, this is what happens when you have somebody opening their mouths, talking for the company, and instead of the company nipping it in the bud, they decided to triple and double down on it. This era of y'all think y'all can talk to your fans, your customer base, any kind of damn way, and then expect me to be sorry that people lost their job. Honestly, at this point, I don't care, because a global pandemic happened and a lot of us lost our jobs. I didn't see nobody from any of these major corporations or celebrities or whatever shilling out money or talking about, oh, it's so sad that all these people died. No, you got all of them talking about how terrible Trump is. What the that got to do with anything else right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we focus on other things right now? The whole being political or whatever, and this need of trying to talk down to the audience, tell the audience how terrible they are, telling them if they don't like it, they can go to hell. We don't want people like you here. We're inclusive and all that nonsense. But it's just like, that's not how you have to understand who your customer base is. I don't understand what people don't understand. When you're entering into an industry or a franchise or any kind of thing that has a audience, especially a target audience, like, as much as people don't want to hear it, and I know some people might say it's whatever, sexist or whatever, but for instance, Froskurin is a female. She entered a space that's mostly male dominant. Sorry you don't like it. It's the truth. It happens. Most men are interested in video games over females. That is a factual truth. No matter how much you want to be like, oh, nobody's not saying that there aren't any females, but the industry is mostly ran by men, because guess who are the ones that are creating the tech? Guess who are the ones who are pushing the limits? It's mostly the men that are doing it. So yes, because guess what? Guess who likes to play video games? Guess who likes to challenge themselves a lot? Men do. Nobody's not saying that women don't, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, women, men tend to want to do this stuff even more. And you have to understand that audience. You can't just come into a space that's predominantly for men and then push out that audience or shame that audience for liking what they like, or because there's not enough females. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. If you enter any kind of thing, and that's another thing too. Let's even walk it back to that kind of thing. It seems like everyone always wants to come into an area that's dominated by men, especially when the hobby is mostly targeted for men, and you want to change it around. You want to make it inclusive. You want to make it for females. You want to make it for LGBT stuff, and then you get confused and upset that your target audience start walking away from it. You can't just change what your demographic is and think that that's going to work. That's not how this works. And like I said, it's always funny when it comes to men dominant hobbies or whatever. Y'all never want to change something that's dominantly for females or dominantly for LGBT people. You know what I'm saying? You never want to do that, but you damn sure want to come into a man's space or a man's hobby and be like, we need to change everything, even though it's been working for about 30 to 40 years or 80 years. And then when you change it, you're confused and lost on, damn, what happened? Well, you change what people like, and then you go on this bashing tour and get confused and complacent about why, this happened. Why did we lose our fan base? It makes no logical sense. You cannot go and have rants about sexism in gaming, racism, men are bad, men are stupid, all that nonsense, and expect different results. You cannot insult me and then expect me to be like, yeah, this makes sense. I should definitely support you at the end of the day. No, I'm not going to support you because that's stupid. Why would I support something like that? It doesn't make logical sense. It really doesn't. You can get mad all you want to. You can be like, oh, that's not fair. But it is. You can't, I don't understand what makes y'all think that somebody's supposed to give somebody some money after they've been insulted, called all kinds of names out the book, been told how terrible they are, that, you need to be better, you need to move on, the world has moved on, all of that nonsense. And then expect people to be like, yeah, that makes sense. There's only so many times you can use this same old, oh, men are bad, men are good. I mean, men are trash. We need more females. We need more LGBT. We need more minorities and all that kind of stuff before audience walk away, because you're not doing it ingenuine. You're doing it disingenuine, and people are sick of it. And honestly, yeah, I'm not about to sit up there and say all the fault is on Froskurin, but most of it is. Y'all have to, because she opened her mouth, and if this was a regular company or outside of entertainment, she would have got fired that day. It doesn't matter that she's a female. It doesn't matter that she's lesbian or any of that bullshit. She insulted the customer base. Guess what? You don't get a damn job. You get fucking fired. It does. Like, I worked in customer service. So if I said what I said, and like, let's say for instance, they were doing a live stream and I filmed and they filmed some stuff and I said what I said, and I've been like, you know what I don't like? The females in customer service. And then I go on this whole tangent, rant or whatever. Guess who's getting fired? Me. They're not about to sit up there and be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And what they're not going to do, they're not going to sit there and retweet me, or my boss is not going to double down and be okay with what I said, because they're thinking about the bottom line. And y'all don't think about the bottom line. Y'all think that y'all can just say whatever you want and then think that it's okay. It is not okay. There's only so much crap a person is willing to take before they walk away. It's the same thing in friendships. It's the same thing in relationships. It is a universal truth. There's only so much a person can take before they're done. You remember what she said. If you don't like it, if you don't like what we have to say, if you don't like it, don't watch us. Peace. Guess what? We walked away. We didn't watch it. We peaced out. Now y'all are completely shocked that that a lot of people just lost their jobs and G4 is shutting down immediately, effectively. Guess what? This is the result. This is your punishment. Y'all cannot, and this is just not even just G4. This is just an in general thing. That means anybody that do comics. That means anyone that does any kind of entertainment thing, social media stuff, anything that you do, that you're promoting to an audience. You cannot go on a tangent rant to them and tell them how bad they are and expect to be rewarded. No, you're starting to lose everything. People already don't have enough money as it is to splurge or watch time, honestly. And then in the time of the day, they're enjoying themselves. They're trying to watch something. Here you go insulting the audience. Have you lost your rabbit ass mind? And since we really want to talk, since she wanted to be talking about sexism and gaming, baby, you ain't nothing to even goddamn look at. First off, with that ugly ass tattoo, them jacked up teeth, that ugly haircut, dressing like a damn fucking boy. Look, skank. Look, skank. You already got men on the panel. If I wanted to see more men on the panel, they should have replaced you with a gay guy. At least that would have been another man to damn look at. I don't need a butch lesbo on a series that was known for having beautiful women who knew about games. And don't sit there and say that there aren't beautiful women who don't know anything about games. There are. You could have found some. You could have found any. You could even found the basic average girl who, as long as she had a body and was pretty on the eyes, yes, pretty on the eyes, yes, as long as you had got one of them, people would have been fine. But no, you got ugly lesbo skank and then expected us to just be like, yeah, this makes sense. And then she got mad. Then she got mad that people were calling her out when she had some of the worst takes on G4. And then she revealed y'all secrets about how y'all have scripts. And a lot of those opinions aren't even hers. So wow, you made yourself even worse. What you should have did, G4, in order to save this, you shouldn't have doubled down. What you should have did is be like, we don't condone to what Froskurin said. And what should have happened is the next day, when on the live stream, what she should have did, she should have apologized. We should have got an apology from the people at G4, and a formal apology from the CEO as well. Y'all need to start kissing the customers' asses at this point. You want people to spend money, you want people to watch, you want support, then guess what you gonna have to start doing? You gonna have to start kissing the customer base's asses. I don't know what makes y'all think y'all ain't supposed to, but you do. But you do, especially when you're asking people to put time or money into your product. If you don't like it, guess what? Go to another industry. Go to another industry. The entertainment industry needs to understand, you are monkeys. When the customer tell your ass to jump, you say, how high? Your job is to entertain. Your job is not to preach at me. Your job is not to talk ill about me. Your job is not to think that you know better than I. No, your job is to entertain me for the little time that you are on air, or to get me to buy something that is interesting that you made. Anything else outside that bullshit is bullshit. So, if you want to continue down this path, that's fine. But if I was Hollywood, I would learn from this. Learn something from this, because you could do better, but you choose not to. You keep thinking that you can bash people all the time and expect it to be something different. It doesn't work like that. It is why these companies are starting to fail. It's why a lot of these companies are merging together. It is why they have to go up on prices, because they have to mitigate from all of the losses that they're gaining by people walking away. The more you do this stuff, the more it blows up in your face. G4 could have came back differently. It probably could have been a little bit better. Yeah, they was better on nostalgia, but in today's world, you're going to have to do a little bit better than that, and you're going to have to respect your customers, your fans, whatever you want to call us. I mean, well, not whatever you want to call us, but basically the people that are for you to get money from us or whatever. You need to start respecting us. Until you start respecting us, this is the things you get. Congratulations, G4. You played yourself. You played yourself. And anybody that's talking about, oh, I feel sorry for the people who lost their jobs, that's all fine and dandy or whatever. But if you really want to be mad at somebody, be mad at Froskurin, be mad at Blair Herter, be mad at Adam Sandler, be mad at that that CEO president who left about like two weeks ago. Be mad at her. They approved it. They allowed it. They said it. Those are the four people that you want to be goddamn mad at, especially Froskurin. You put your foot in your mouth, you get what you deserve. And that's how I feel. But those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.